I'm Margaret Livingston, and this is So Simple Now, the show that takes you from homemade to custom made. We're going to demonstrate the Hong Kong finish. A Hong Kong finish is very good for something like a jacket if you're not going to have a lining in it. It covers the seams and makes them nice and finished. It also is good for the technique I just demonstrated, which is stitch in the ditch, which I will also use with this too. But since it's on the bias and this stretchy, you're going to cut out a strip that's 45-degree angles. And it doesn't have to be strictly 45-degree angle, but the closer to that, the more stretchy and nice it is. And then I'm going to stitch it. So first I'll pin a little bit, but I don't really need to pin too much. Anyway, we're going to go along here. Okay, I've just finished the first part of making the Hong Kong finish. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over. Now if I were doing this more carefully, I would press it, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then I'm going to pin it, and that's going to be right on the seam line. And I'm going to go around. You can see. Now if I want to snip it a bit, that will make it so that it will curve a little bit more easily, even though it's a bias so that it curves very well. But I'm just going to make it a little bit more easily curved by snipping into the seam line. Okay. Now I'm going to pin this because I've made it long enough that when I stitch in the ditch, there will be some on the other side. And that will be the part that doesn't show. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to stitch in the ditch right here where on the seam line, which is kind of easy to see since it's a different color of fabric. And this edge is nice and finished, and it's covered up. On the other side, it's got raw edge. Doesn't look so good, but unless you're going to be examining the seam from the other side, it will look real nice on the right side. And that's all nice and covered up. And you've gone around a circle, and it's still nice and smooth because of the bias strip. You use a thin fabric on this, a lining fabric or a silk, something that's nice and pliable. And that's the way you make a Hong Kong finish. And it's great for waistbands. The one waistband I just did for the edge that doesn't show on the waistband. And it's all finished.